What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy DJ Jewels. This is the Chop Shop Podcast. We got DJ Nesto up in here.
What up, man?
We got the one and only Queen G up in here.
That's right, guys.
Now, today we got a special guest. Man, this guy right here, this is my homeboy, but this dude right here he's one of the reasons why we even made a show like this. You know what I'm saying? Because this show right here just embodies hustlers. It embodies just multi-talents. It embodies entrepreneurs. This guy is an MC, songwriter, producer, entrepreneur. I mean, this guy right here is the guy that you have to follow. This guy, because not only is he doing his thing, but he has a dope message in his music. I mean, he just has a positive vibe, and he's the realest. You know what I'm saying? This is my homeboy right here. Mike Uno, the flyest one, you know. What's happening, homie?
Man, leaving the Jewels to do a dope-ass intro, man. I'm hyped up. My head is so big right now. I appreciate you, man. Man, hey, I appreciate you having me, bro. I know it's been a long time coming, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm super happy to be a part of this podcast. And, you know, likewise, bro, I'm happy to see everything coming to fruition, all your dreams coming into fruition, you know what I mean? And you know what it is, bro. We've been locked in a long time. So for us to be at this pinnacle that we're at right now, just keeping things moving and hustling, grooving.
And check this out, bro. No lie, bro. Like, you can ask Nesto, Queen G, like, I've been planning this show for a minute, right? And I had like my own little wish list of who I wanted to be on this show.
Right.
On everything I love, dog, you were like top 5, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
Like, I'm not even lying. I'm like, man, I gotta get.
Hey, man, you never know. I'll probably come back as a guest host.
Hey, man,
I'm down.
Damn. Hey, once you become a part of the Chop Shop, bro, like you're part of it for life. You locked in. We're gonna put you in the Hall of Fame of the Chop Shop. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that for sure. Happy to be here, though, man. Let's get it. You know
man, I
what mean?
appreciate you coming, man. You know, like I said, you know, in that intro, like you embody like what this show is, and I feel like, man, like keeping up with people like you, because you guys always got something going on, bro. Like I always see you in the studio. I always see you like producing something. I always see you like doing you know, a video shoot or something. Like what is the day in the life of like Mike Uno consist of when you're on your music grind? Like what does it consist of?
Man, you know what, bro? It's definitely a grind, dog. You know, trying to balance, you know, and stay independent. You know, like I said, you know, you've known me a long time, so you've seen all the situations I've been a part of. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the stuff that I've been a part of in the past is kind of crumbled. You know what I mean? And I just had to rise from those ashes every time. And I just came to the conclusion where I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm my own brand. I'm Mike Uno. I'm my own brand. I'm my own.
Right.
Whoever I'm a part of, they got their own brand. If we put all of our brands together, we're all one big brand. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, I just kept that pushing, kept that moving, you know, and I always, you know, man, it's trying to balance work and school and the kids and the family and everything. It's like when I'm locked in, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I'll be in the studio, you know, rolling up. I'll record like 6, 7, 8, 9 songs, record just a gang of beats because I'm like, shit, okay, I really gotta make do of the time that I'm here right now because I don't know when I'm gonna be in the lab again. It might be next week, it might be 2 weeks from now, but whatever I'm going in with my heart. I bring my heart with it, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's no fugazi shit. Like, it's really, really pushing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to go back to what you just said. You said, like, you're a brand.
Right.
And you know one thing about you, bro? At a young age, because like I said, me and Mike go back way back.
Man.
But you know one thing about
kids.
but one thing about you that I've always noticed that you always paid attention to branding and marketing.
Right.
Like, can you break it down to let's say a new rising independent artist or entrepreneur or whatever it is, podcasting
Right.
or whatever. Like, can you explain to them how important like marketing and branding is from your perspective?
It's everything. It's everything. And you know, being an independent artist, sometimes we get so wrapped up in the, oh, I gotta have this ready, I gotta have that ready. Me, bro, I'm just like, drop the song, bro, because I've had music that I dropped 2-3 years ago, or like that song that we were just talking about. We recorded that song back in like 2022, right?
Yeah.
Did a video for it. It was already on Spotify and iTunes and all that. You know, we got like probably like 5,000-6,000 streams from it. Dropped the video and got like another couple thousand streams from it because it was brand new to people. You know what I mean? So, because it takes money to make money. You know what I'm saying? and a lot of these other people too, like, you know, I've always had a 9 to 5. I've always been blessed to have a job. I always have an income, whether I was hustling, selling shirts, selling CDs, selling some shit we ain't gonna talk about. You know, whatever it is that I was doing, it went to the music. And besides diapers, you know what I mean? And because the kids is what kept me motivated, like to keep the music going.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like people really need to pay attention to themselves and not just sit on music. You know what I mean? I kid you not, bro. Like, I don't even know how many songs I've recorded. Sometimes I pull, and I'm like, damn, I got so much music here. And it's like, I'm really sitting on it. So a lot of the stuff you guys hear, I probably recorded it like a year ago. Not to say that, oh, it's old. The message still stands. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, for an artist who records a lot of music, I'm telling you right now, drop it, because it's not doing no good sitting in that hard drive collecting, you know, and that's what I did a couple years back, man. I told my producer, my boy Evs, and shout out to that boy Evs. Love you, dog. I told him, I was like, look, bro, I was like, I got this campaign I want to do. I was like, let's drop a single every month besides the stuff we're doing with other people, because if we're doing this, it's just going to keep traction going to the Spotify and everything going. I think I did that, bro, all year long. I think the maximum amount of Spotify and listeners I had, bro, it was like 900, almost 1,000, bro, monthly. You know what I mean? And that was just the independent grind. That wasn't no label, you know, that wasn't no, you know, marketing company. That was just Mike Uno and Fly Swin, you know, doing it. So, you know, keeping it pushing, you know what I mean?
You know one thing about your music, like I like to call it like grown man music.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's facts,
like your music is like the type of stuff that like I feel like Scarface would be spitting about, or like Nipsey. You know what I mean? Like they always had like I always felt like that's grown man music. They're not really rapping about like a bunch of nonsense.
100%.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Maturity.
Like stuff that like me and Nesto and like other people like our age
Dads
that
are gonna
we could listen
single
to.
moms are gonna listen to.
But the youngsters too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? And it's funny you mentioned that. Like I definitely do. You know, especially, you know, I got saved, you know, early this year. You know, and thank you so much. Yeah, I haven't got baptized yet. It's coming soon, but you know, I turned my life around, and I told God, I told my family, I told myself, I said, you know what, man? I was like, I'm done rapping about doing the stuff that I used to do back then. I'm done rapping about, you know, when people used to tell me back in the day, oh man, like I love your music, like your music makes me want to do a drive-by. I'm like,
No,
what?
damn.
I'm like,
Oh, wow.
man, like. That was a big eye opener, you know what I mean? And I was
That
like,
one hit you, huh?
It hit me, bro.
It hit you, yeah.
It hit me, especially having 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got 2 older ones, 2 younger ones. I don't want them to grow up and be like, oh yeah, I love my dad's music. Like, it makes you want to shoot somebody. Like, nah.
That's not
you
the
know
message
what I mean?
that you're trying to tell.
It's definitely not the message I ain't trying to tell. And, you know, I'm going to keep it a buck, man. I definitely did get a lot of inspiration, you know, even before, you know, Nip had passed away. You know, I'd been a really big, you know, Nip had been a big inspiration to me. You know, Pac, of course. You know, a lot of these cats doing the Cube, you know, a lot of them West Coast cats. And, you know, even like the hustlers now, bro, that have really been putting on for our people. You know, Drummer Boy, Little G, you know, a lot. Drummer Boy, man, like, you know, that's actually, you know, we go way back, me and Homeboy. And shout out to Drummer Boy, dog. I see you doing your thing. You know, he's always definitely been someone that I'm like, man, like me and him literally were in the same spot, same thing, hustling, struggling, trying to get it going. I'm like, I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean? And hey, man, your journey isn't always going to be the same as someone else's journey. There's opportunities and things that go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I'm happy with the not just the struggle that I've been through, but the highs and the lows, man. And you know, all the people that, you know, I've had a part of the highs and the lows with me, and you know, keeping that going and keeping that pushing. And you know, I'm just trying to be a inspiration, man, to young hustlers everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
God damn it, let's make some noise for
you.
y'all.
Know what I mean?
Like just the fact that you were thinking like that, like man, like I got to change up because you probably feel like, man, like I'm as talented to where I could do both. I could do all the gangster stuff back then, but I could also do the real stuff too.
Exactly,
See, some guys
100%.
are in one lane; they can only do one thing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like you went from being a, you know, I'm not saying you're a kid, but being a youngster to now mature grown man.
Definitely, bro.
Knowing what you're seeking for, the message that you're trying to send out. You're a whole different person now, man.
It's facts, bro, and you know, everybody should think like that. Like, you know, everybody. There's gonna come a point in time one day where it's like, man, like, you know, you're gonna have kids one day. Do you really want your kids to grow up be like, oh yeah, dad was rapping about, you know, excuse my French, messing with all these girls and you know, doing all this other stuff. Like, you know, I don't want my kids to be like that. Like, you know, I don't care what anybody says, bro. My kids are square, and they're gonna stay square. I mean, you test me, you know, hey, that's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? You test my kids, that's a whole different story. You know, and not even to get on that subject, but it's like my kids are gonna be square because I want them to be square.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because you hear about all these other, you know, other MFs. You know, oh yeah, like, you know, we're no, it's this and that. You know, hey bro, that's cool, dog. But I'm trying to break generational generational curses. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
you know, I'm trying to build generational wealth. You know, and I ain't there yet, but I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a struggle. It's a grind. It's not all daisies. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's people only see what I want them to see, but you know, I also want them to know, like, hey man, there's authentic, you know, music being made because I'm going through something every day and you're hearing it through the music. And I hope whatever I'm pushing, you hear it and you're like, oh man, like this just motivates me to get it going. You know what I mean?
Telling you, man, people, please follow this guy. Please check out his videos, his music. His music's dope. He's got the crazy flow. Like he's so dope. And you know one thing about you, man? Like I always talk about this all the time. Like my wife, I always tell them about like star quality, right? Like certain people just have it. Some people, they got to learn it.
Right.
I always felt like with you, bro, like you've always had like that star quality. Like you could be like, you were always someone like, if you didn't know that he rapped, you could just meet him and be like,
he's gonna find out.
He's somebody. Because you always got like this tone, like even like the way you speak, you sound like an entertainer. You sound like a rapper. You're born like were you always like that as a kid as well?
You know what? So my mom said, you know what I mean? You know, like man, like it's funny because it's like ever since I was a kid, like I've, you know, bro, I was totally inspired by, you know, my pops, man. You know, my pops, he was really about this, you know, really about that Cali life. You know what I mean? My dad put me on some good music. And shit, man, when I was like 5, 6 years old, I was like, man, I want to be a fucking rapper. You know what I mean? I was like, I would hear KRS-One, Beastie Boys, Tupac, DJ Quick, Warren G. And I was hearing all this stuff.
So that's my time.
You know what I mean? I love that.
Right.
Like that's my favorite time to be alive. I was born in the 90s, 1990 to be exact. You know what I mean? And you know, it was good music.
90s kids was popping. What's popping?
Shout out to the 90s kids. And all the 80s babies too.
80s babies, what up? Hey, we barely made the cut for the 80s babies.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, my mom told me like back in the day, she's like, you know, I would always be breakdancing, man. I would always be doing something with hip hop. You know what I mean? Something.
All the elements.
All of it, bro. Yeah, man. The only thing I never did was tag. I can't draw for nothing. I wish I could, but you know, everything else I did.
I'm right with you.
You know what I mean? I'm like, man, sometimes I'll be seeing my little girl draw. I'm like, yeah, she draws better than I do. Like, you know, I be trying. I just can't do it. Maybe it's because I got big stubby fingers. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
sausage fingers, bro.
Exactly.
Sausage fingers.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's, you know,
fingers looking like pickles and stuff.
Look like I got high blood pressure. Like,
dog,
I go to the gym every day.
Cutting off your circulation, you can't even breathe.
My heart rate is 89 right now. Like, it's not that bad, you know? But, you know, yeah, man, my mom, you know, I guess it's just, you know, if you don't got it, you don't got it. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed to have it.
Yeah.
It's just how I am. It's funny, too. Even at work sometimes, I'll be talking to people like, man, like, you must, like, make music or something. I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah.
And then
that's what I'm saying. You just got like it's natural. You know what I'm saying? You got the natural thing.
You're born for it.
Yeah. You know one thing I've been wanting to ask you, bro, because like there's a lot of like this whole, I don't know if you heard about this, but somebody came out, I think it was a rapper named Special Ed from back in the day.
Okay.
Well, he made a remark, I think it was like on Vlad or Drink Champs, something like that. And he's from New York.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's East Coast rapper.
Right.
And I guess he made a statement, and I'm not even saying like verbatim, but I guess he was saying how like NWA and that whole West Coast thing that when it first came out, like kind of ruined hip hop.
Yeah,
you being a West Coast cat, dog, like, and not only are you a West Coast like native, you're like a West Coast like student of the game,
right?
Like
100%.
you know all the like the West Coast history. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like what do you think West Coast hip hop brought to the table? Do you think it ruined it?
Man, bro, you know, I think if anything, and people could take it how they want. The music nowadays came from the West Coast. When you hear a cadence and when you hear that trap stuff, but they flipped the Odie sample with it, bro, that came from us. We were doing that.
Or the
Warren
funk.
G did that.
The G-Funk.
Yeah, bro, look at they're flipping all these West Coast records. And I know exactly what statement you're talking about. I followed that. I know he got checked by Corrupt and the Dog Pound. You know, I know all the Exhibit. I know all the Crip homies checked them. And he apologized right after trying to say, oh, no, it wasn't like that. I was like, look, bro, you put it out in the air. That's what you said. But, you know, why is everybody trying to be like the West Coast? Look, bro, we're gonna bring it to this podcast. Kendrick said it straight out. Why motherfuckers want to test Compton? Why do you want to test the West Coast?
Right.
Like, why do you want to? You know?
And look what's going on.
Exactly.
And let's be real. Let's talk about that little Drake
100%.
Kendrick thing.
Hey, I like some Drake songs. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, I ain't
songs.
hating on Drake.
I'm not hating on Drake, but you know,
but there's levels to this.
There's levels to this, and for there to be, you know, for a West Coast artist like Kendrick to take out the biggest pop / rap / whatever star you want to say, because he's international. And all of his diss records, if you go on Spotify right now, all of his diss records are #1 records, bro. That's crazy.
They don't want to see Kung Fu Kenny, bro.
No,
man,
bro,
they don't want to
they
see King
bro.
Kendrick, dog.
Definitely not,
King
bro.
Kendrick is the truth,
hard,
man.
dog.
I've been
100%,
saying this, man.
Straight from the
Like
Compton.
I'm not a hater of Drake, bro.
I'm not at all.
Like I enjoy
I'm
a
not.
lot of his music, but like I said, there's levels, bro.
Definitely,
There's
100%.
levels.
There's levels to this. and we-
Kendrick Lamar, to me, it has always been up on the level of like a Jay-Z, a Nas, a Pac.
Facts.
Like you feel me?
I agree with
like
you
I mean,
100%.
Drake is gonna be up there with like the Waynes
Right.
and the Kanyes and stuff, but it's like
Man, and
this is Kung
I've been
Fu
on
Kenny, bro.
I've been on Kung Fu Kenny, bro. I'm not even gonna front, bro. Like, and I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, I've been on it, but I've been on it, bro. Since like 09, bro. When he dropped, I forgot the name of the song. I think-
Section 80.
Section 80 for sure, but this
Yeah.
was before Section 80. I think he had rapped to like one of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' New York song, but I think he called it Compton.
Yeah.
I saw it on YouTube, bro, and I was like, oh, this is dope. Who's this? Bro, and I'm talking about like within like a short amount of time, bro. One of my boys had put me on Top Dog. They had put me on all,
TDE.
all these other dudes, and he was like, bro, like, hey man, we got to go to these cats shows before they blow up, bro. They blew up a year later, bro. Like, not even that, and just it's crazy to see that. You know what I'm saying? And being tapped in with that, and yeah, man. But like going back to that statement that you're saying, bro, like the West Coast. Is everybody wants to be like the West Coast, bro. I got fans. Shout out to all my international fans that love the West Coast music and tap in and buy hard copies and shirts for me. They hit me up all the time like, Mike Uno, we want that West Coast music. Like, we want that stuff like that Pac, that Warren G, that this, that. And I love the G-Funk. I love the West Coast music all day long. I try to switch it up, but it's funny because I could rap on an East Coast beat and it's still gonna come out to be a West Coast song.
Yeah, because you got the tone, you got the slang,
Exactly.
you got the
It is what it
you
is.
got the mannerisms of the West Coast.
It's,
like
exactly, it's just who I am. So it's like like if people want to be like us. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I mean?
I mean, really, like the West Coast hip hop took hip hop to a whole nother level.
Whole nother
It
level,
didn't go commercial until Dre and
We
Snoop
ruled the
made
game,
it.
bro, from when we came out to after Pac died, even still a little bit after that, bro. Snoop was doing his thing. Death Row was hip hop, bro, for that 10
Man, I got a Doggy
plus
Style
years, bro.
shirt on
Oh,
right
man.
That's a
now,
good album
man.
right
I
there.
feel
What's
that, bro.
happening?
I
You
feel
know what I
that.
mean? Remember that Queen G?
I still bump that
See,
album.
see, Queen G, Queen G is an OG. You feel me? So she,
OG Queen
so
G.
She,
That's right.
so she remembers when this album dropped. Like how big was the hype when Snoop came out and
Man,
dropped that?
It was like #1, and that was the early '90s.
Right.
And it's still,
it's still everybody.
still
You know what?
popular.
A lot of people love our culture,
100%.
Right.
100%.
You know, and like for example, just a quick little example, like the West Coast culture.
Right.
People in China, they love the lowriders thing.
Right.
They do. They're
Right.
big on that.
Right.
They
the
are.
Cholo look.
The Cholo
Yeah,
look
they're
too.
big.
But
Yeah.
West Coast is #1.
Exactly. And it's funny because everybody always borrows a little bit from our, and we'll even talk about our people too, man. Hey, bro, right now, bro, is the best time to be a Chicano
Yep,
rap
it
artist,
is.
bro.
Yes, sir.
And everybody's taking a little bit of it and trying to make it seem like we had been doing this, bro. Like, no. Like, we've been doing the same thing for years since we were
Right.
kids.
A long
and now
time.
all of a sudden it's blowing up because of TikTok, because of Instagram.
Exactly. And like in my time, like Kid Frost.
Right.
You know?
Hey, shout out to OG Kid
That's
Frost.
right.
You know what I
And
mean?
then
sir.
like my favorite was Slow Pain, rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace, yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
I grew up in Pico, and
That's
Slow
right.
Pain was, Slow Pain was Chicano rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All kinds of-
Yeah, that's my dad's. My dad's homeboy, and my uncle Iceberg's homeboy, and I grew up listening. I had all that stuff, like all the underground stuff, and
And you know
it's
who else?
crazy to
You
see
know
that.
who else didn't get enough credit? Like I feel like they should, because they kind of it was Chicano, but they kind of changed it up. Was Light Shade of Brown?
Oh, for sure.
Because Light Shade of Brown
definitely.
added. They kind of added like the pretty boy,
Yeah,
Chicano thing.
That suavecito look.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
like for a minute there, everybody wanted to be fresh, like Light Shade of Brown, like ODM
Right,
and DWTX.
right.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
Rest in peace, DWTX.
Oh, rest
man.
in peace.
Rest in peace,
But like
definitely.
those guys are like icons, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And everybody loved the JV Neighborhood Queen.
Right.
You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
That's
for
another
sure,
thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're right, man. Like the way. I mean, I'm a big West Coast fan. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But I didn't really like that remark when he said that.
I
You
don't
know
like
what
it
I
either,
mean?
bro. I
Because I
don't
was
like it
kind of
either.
like, really, bro? Like we ruined it.
Yeah.
I think we elevated it.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Definitely,
I mean, yes,
definitely.
I know that we kind of added like more of a.
We added some sauce to the
Yeah, we
That's
added
what I was
some.
gonna say,
There
some
was
sauce.
the boom bap,
Yeah.
And hey, I'm not taking away from the East Coast either, bro, because I love the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Nas.
I love Nas.
yeah.
I love Dave East. I
Mm.
love, I love a lot of these East Coast cats. And I got homies from the East Coast that are like
DMX.
actually, DMX for sure. I got homies from the East Coast. We chatterbox about it all day long, but like they even say so too. Hey man, don't let the media fool you. We love the West Coast. You know what I mean? And I tell them, hey bro, it's the same thing here. We love the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it like I said, it's that's the beauty of it though, is that was the golden age of hip hop back then. You know, you had Pac, you had Snoop. You know, 95, 96, the Source Awards came around. You had Outkast coming out the pot. Like, hey, bro, you were forgetting about the South.
Right.
And I love Outkast, too. You know what I mean? They
Love
brought flavor to
Outkast.
the game.
Love
you know,
Outkast.
or the game.
Goody Mob and all that.
Goody Mob,
Woo.
yeah, man. The Dungeon, you know, Dungeon Family.
Man,
like all this, you know, stuff that, you know, a lot of youngsters don't know. Go do your homework. You know what I mean? But
please do your homework, man.
Because there's some good music out there, man. And, you know, we added our own sauce to the pot. You know, we had the SA homies, the Bloods and the Crips, and threw that in there and just gave it flavor, man. And now it's, you know, everybody.
Booming.
It's booming, you know what I mean? You know, it's just going with the flow, man.
See, that's why
I'm proud to be from the West.
That's why I like to have guests like you to come on here to chop it up, because I feel like we're at the age where we were kind of in between of this new thing going on.
Right.
But we were a part of the other
Exactly.
hustle. So I kind of want to ask you, bro, like, to tell these new cats out here that are out here on their grind, right?
Right.
Can you kind of break it down how it was back in the day? Like, I'm talking like selling CDs out the trunk, like handing out
Yeah.
Nesto.
The hustle.
Hey, how
bro.
many times did we used to do that?
Oh, every time.
Right, bro?
That's what
Every
we-
time.
I used to sign. I'd signed my first deal. We had sold all of our hard copies that looked nice. You know what I mean? I had a bunch of burnt ones though, and I look at bro. I was like, "This is what it looks like." I was like, "You can hear the CD. This is what the CD sounds like, bro. You're getting the set." But I was like, "Look, once I press up more of these, I'll send you another one." You know what I mean? And you know, we were hustling it out the trunk, bro. Like pressing shirts out the trunk, pressing whatever out the trunk. You know, it was out the trunk. You know what I mean? We were like out the trunk entertainment with it. You know
See,
what I mean?
what they don't understand, bro, is that like, yeah, we would have physical product, right?
Yeah.
To sell,
Exactly.
but we also had to know how to sell it.
Exactly.
We had to
100%,
teach
bro.
ourselves how to be salesmen.
100%, bro. And,
Like if you had a copy, you know what I'm saying, and it looked like shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, you know,
100%.
but the way that you sold it to a customer and you could sell it,
It ain't what you say.
it
It's how
taught you how to
say it.
hustle.
Yeah, exactly.
bro. It ain't what you say. It's how you say it.
You can have a good product, but if you don't know how to sell it, you'll never sell it.
Exactly. It's the
I
same.
mean-
It's the same with music. Let's keep it a
It
buck.
is.
We got really good artists out there who are doper than me, doper than a lot of stuff out there. But they don't have a sales behind them. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to
Promote
sell
it.
themselves. You got to sell yourself first, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotta do the
this
footwork.
goes back to what I was saying. You are your own brand, and you're your own brand. You're your own company. You're your own everything. So make sure the moves that you're making, you got your heart in it. Don't be scared to mess up. Don't be scared to take it out. Don't be scared to have to write something off, because you're learning from that. As long as you have that mindset, it's easier to go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
our last episode that we did, me and Queen G were chopping it up, and she was saying how important it is to show your face, shake hands, and build relationships, meet people, right?
Show up to the interviews early.
Yes.
Don't be late. Don't back talk. You know what I mean? And what I mean by back talk is don't get up in the, oh, well, homie said this, homie said that. Hey, that's cool, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with me, though.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, homie solid with me, so I'm going to keep it pushing. Like, just because you got that situation going on, I'm super sorry about that, but hey, bro, that has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
This is like a job, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
you can't show up to your job late.
Never,
I mean,
never.
You gotta
Yep.
you gotta be. I mean, you can't be talking back to your boss.
Exactly.
Right.
You gotta
Exactly.
greet everybody. I mean, I
100%.
work at a dealership, so when
Facts.
you know, we have the 6 feet rule. I
Right.
mean, if you're around somebody 6 feet, you greet them.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly. That's
you
100%.
always make the person feel like they're like you acknowledging them.
I used to
Right.
sell cars, so he ain't lying. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? It's facts. You know
So,
what I mean? You
I
see
mean-
someone on the lot, you got to go, hey, can I
Exactly.
help you? You know what I mean?
So
And-
it's good that you're on here and letting everybody know, you know, all the hard struggles, because
Right.
not nobody sees that part. They only
Exactly.
see the good looks, you know.
like
the
Tupac said,
sugarcoat.
no one knows the struggle. They only see the trouble. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Right.
And it's
Yes.
like you only
Right.
see the product of what it is.
That's it.
Bro.
Facts, bro.
What comes to fruition. And I'm still, bro, there's so much stuff I want to accomplish this year. There's so much stuff I wish I would have accomplished last year. But hey, bro, we're here. I ain't tripping on the past. We're going to keep it pushing. And
That's
we're
right.
going
That's
to
right.
just keep it moving.
What
man.
what
That's
is
all
it
we
that
can
you
do.
got right now that you're working on, or that like for the future that you plan? Because, you know, how long you been getting into the production part of it, bro? Because I've always known you from like being, you know, dope writer, dope MC, dope performer, and then I found out, you know, a while back that you started cooking up beats.
Yeah, bro.
Like
Yeah.
when did that start, bro?
You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. That happened like in high school, dog. I'd hit up my pops, and I was like, "Hey, pops, like, I want a computer." He was like, "Okay." He's like, "How you gonna get it?" I was like, "Look," I was like, "Lend me $100. I'm gonna go to Costco and buy a bunch of candy. I'm gonna flip this candy. And I had a mindset, bro. Look, I got a computer out of that. I got a Boost Mobile Chirp. Where you at? I had one of those.
Yeah.
Like, I was
out of some Snickers and some Skittles. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we were selling Mexican candies out the trunk with it at school.
He flipping Skittles, you know, and now you got a whole production
100%,
system, you
bro.
know.
Off some candy.
Oh, for sure, bro. And I got
Candy.
lucky. Like, you know, I was blessed to be able to know cats that were older than me in the game. Like, I was probably 15, 16 at the time. And, you know, my homies were like 18, 19. They already had cars. They were already doing their thing, bro. They were where I wanted to be. And so it was cool being around these sisters because at a young age, I already knew where I wanted to be. I already knew, hey, I got to get a whip. I got to do this. I got to do that. You know, I ended up having a kid at 18. It didn't set me back one bit because I had that hustler mindset, you know? And yeah, man, I got that laptop, bro, and I was just making beats, bro. My boy shot me Fruity Loops. I had Adobe Edition at the time. That's what I was recording my music off of. And my uncle, he still had a studio, but you know, I mean, it's different having your own studio. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I was always, you know, I just always had my own studio, man. And I've been making beats. Man, since I was 16, I'm in my 30s now, bro. So it's been a long time, half my life. You know what I mean? And mixing and mastering my own stuff, you know, that takes some time.
It does, yeah.
I would say I started getting real serious with that back in like 2015, I want to say. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna just learn it. So I started recording a bunch of cats. Started listening to the tonalities. I started listening to the EQs, the sonics of it. Yeah. And I had, you know, a shout out to my boy Breeze, man. My boy Breeze put me on game with a lot of stuff too. Super dope producer, man. Legendary in the game. And, you know, he's a certified engineer. So I would send him my mixes and he's like, bro, you're getting there. Like, you're getting there. I'm like, oh, I was getting hyped. Like, ooh, like, so I'd say, like, you know, now, like, everything that you're hearing, like, if it comes from my camp, like, and it has my Kuna on it, I mixed it, I mastered it from beginning to end. You know, and yeah, man, it's you know, it took time, but I'm here. You know what I mean? And you know, so I do the engineering. I engineer all my own stuff. I press all my own shirts. I make all my own beats. I write all my own lyrics. You know what I mean? It's like I just do it all, bro. And it's overwhelming at times. I'm not even in the front. It's overwhelming at times, and you know, sometimes I just gotta sit back and look at a bird's eye view. Like, okay, what do I really got going on? What's the game plan? And it's funny because straight up, if you do the work, it's going to come to fruition by itself. Because all last year, I was just recording a gang of songs. And I dropped 2 albums last year, bro, plus singles. And I got a gang of streams, man. Shout out to all my supporters, man.
Yeah, you're always hustling, bro. Like, you're always dropping something, and it's always...
I got a song dropping tomorrow. You know what I mean?
What's up? What's up with it?
Oh, man, it's such a dope song, man. I wish I got it. I'll send it. Maybe we could preview it later on. But it's it produced by my boy Breeze and myself. Featuring my boy King Villain, man. And it's dropping tonight at midnight. And I'm real. It's like some ghetto gospel, man. And, you know, definitely repping God in it and putting God back in the music.
Right.
And, you know, but just in a way where, you know, my people could be able to hear it and not be shut off of it. You know what I mean?
So what do you like more, man? Because, like, you got your hands on a lot of this stuff behind the scenes, the production and all that. Right. Do you love to create the songs in the project, or do you love to perform it more? What do you love more?
That's such a good question, bro. You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I love the recording process of it. I love it coming together. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's stressful because it's like, damn, I can't get this verse right. Like, you know what I mean?
It's not coming out how you envision it and how you hear it. Yeah.
Bro, you can ask Raw Genius, bro. There's been times even him, like both of us, like I'll record it. I'm like, I don't like it. He's like, bro, we just engineered the whole thing. I'm like,
nah, it ain't
I gotta record it. I'll send it. I'll re-record it. I send it back to him. He's like, oh, I'm glad you did that, bro. I see what you were saying. You know what I mean? I liked it, but I'm glad you did that. And you know, but I think I like performing it, bro. I like when people hear my stuff. It's like a natural high, you know, and it's just, man, it's like someone sitting there buying, listening, bumping. We did a big show back in September. Shout out to Tony's Talk out in Ontario. And I think it was at the Firewater, this hip hop spot called the Firewater Bar and Grill. Okay. And there were some dope acts there, bro. Shout out to Afro. Man, there's so many. I'm not even going to name them all, but Afro was there. I know he's a legendary underground MC right now. Yes, the homegirl Sinclair's coming up. She was there. I met her. You know, Tony's Talk was there. Shout out to DJ Sai1, Primo. A gang of cats are there. Me and my boys, man, we were like kind of like the final lineup, you know what I mean? And we had the house packed, big dog. Like, it was cool. Like, so I performed like pretty much my whole album that I had dropping in October, and it was dope. Like it was super cool. Like, it was, you know, just one of those. That was probably the biggest show I did. I ain't even gonna front. I've done some big shows, but that was probably the biggest show, bro. I'm talking about like that whole house was packed, bro. Like people were in there, like just like just stuffed in there like sardines, bro.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know,
Dang.
it was cool, man.
Yeah.
And you know, that's I think my favorite part is actually bringing it to the public, distributing it to the public, hearing what they have to say about it. I even like hearing the critiqueness of it. Some people get mad at it. I like it. I want you to hear what you don't like about it. I want you to hear the song and be like, oh, you know, I didn't like this. I didn't like that. Cool. If it's something that I feel like I could have changed, I'm gonna do it. But if it's something that is authentic to me and that's just how I am, hey, bro,
Yep.
you just don't like my music, and that's cool. You know what I mean?
fine,
you know, hey, check out my other homies. You might like their music. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
not
right.
tripping. You're entitled to your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's that's definitely a big part of why I do this, bro.
Yeah, because there's a lot of entertainers, bro, that they're more like studio rats.
Yeah.
You know, they want to just be in the
100%.
studio. They don't like to perform.
Right.
Or there's a lot of artists that
I kick the cats out.
Yeah,
I kick
they'd
the
rather
cats out the
they'd
studio.
rather perform.
Yeah, yeah.
But they don't want to be in the studio.
No, they gotta
you know
be.
what I mean?
You know what I mean? I got a real tight, real small, real tight circle, bro. Like Dom Kennedy said, if there ain't no squares in my circle, they ain't gonna fit. Like it's really how it is, bro. Like I literally I could count on my one hand, bro, the people that I really rock solid with. And you know, I tell them, man, like, and I don't even have to tell them like the real ones, like they just know what it is. They show up to the studio on time. You know, we come prepared. We got the beats locked and loaded already. We already know what's gonna happen, and then we're performing it later on. You know what I mean? Getting the show disc ready. You know, taking the beats, you know, doing the ad-libs, doing whatever we got to do to make sure the show disc sounds cool. Some people just want to be there in the lab smoking and drinking and, you know, doing all the, you know, it's like, hey, bro, like, we ain't here for that.
Doing all
you know
the
what I
show.
mean?
They don't
Yeah,
want to do it. They want to do the
exactly,
work. They think the studio is a kicking spot. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which it can be, but it's
Right.
like, but you're gonna get what you put in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta ask you, bro. Like before we let you go, like top, who's your Mount Rushmore for West Coast MCs, bro?
Oh, man, bro, that is such a hard list.
This is the official list right here on the Chop Shop from Mike Uno, the flyest one you know. He's gonna
Hey,
tell you right now.
Man, top 5.
No holding back, bro.
Top 5. Okay, top 5. And there's no particular order because I'm just sounding it out. But Warren G, Ice Cube,
Yes.
That's right.
Nipsey Hussle, Snoop Dogg, Tupac.
Woo!
And
Nice.
there's more. 'cause
Hey, he
I'm
killed that. He
You know
killed
what
that,
I
right?
mean?
Nice.
Hey, he killed it. He
If,
killed that
if
list.
we gotta have a sub amount, like a sub amount, I'm doing the East Siders. I'm doing the Dog Pound. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing the Lynch Mob. You know,
Ain't gonna make me start crib walking right
Oh,
here,
man.
bro. Like I'm a crib walk right after set,
Man,
dog. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? There's one that I have above all of those, and it's because it's just this is my guy. He's always gonna be my guy. Is DJ Quick.
Woo!
Oh,
Just
yeah.
always.
That's right,
Like,
that's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Quick,
I
man.
feel like
Original.
DJ Quick, if he would have had the backing that Dre had, he would have been
Oh,
where Dre was.
man.
You know what I mean? And I don't care what anybody has to say.
Well, he's a genius.
100%.
Like he's not
He's
just
the guy that people call to make them sound nice.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that they don't know that he did.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's records he's done. That I'm like, wait, DJ Quick produced that?
Right, yeah.
What? Like my guy. I should have known. You know what I mean?
Man,
And,
Quick is
you know,
Quick is dope, man. He,
Quick
you
is
know,
the name.
Yeah,
name,
yeah,
name.
yeah.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
like I always want to ask like the West Coast cast that I talk to, like who's your top 5? Because there's so many,
right.
and there's so many that don't get recognition, bro. Like
100%.
you know like Dub C, and you
100%.
got your Ice T's too.
Right,
like
yeah. Right.
man, like those guys are like they
And you know
they
what? Like,
molded
shout out
this
to
thing.
the cats in the Bay, bro. There's even cats in the
Short,
Bay. Love,
40.
bro. Short,
Oh, yes,
40.
E40.
Yeah, Short 40. You know, Mac Dre, Folsom.
Yep.
You know, man, so many dope cats from the Bay, bro. And even in Sacramento, man, Sibo and, you know, Mozzie. It's just the
Or
West Coast, bro.
Brother Lynch.
Oh, Brother Lynch, bro. Yeah,
That's
man.
right, Brother Lynch, huh?
And you know what? It's so funny because it's like when you really tap in with West Coast people, man, I met people from the top of the top to the south, bro. And, you know, when you're from the West Coast, it's just locked in. It's a family. You know what I mean? And, you
Yeah.
know,
That's it.
so yeah, man, I'm proud to be from the West Coast, bro.
So
You know
so
what I mean?
where can they find all your music, your content, bro? Because you're always hustling, you're always dropping stuff.
Definitely.
Like they got to stay intact with you, bro. Because
Absolutely.
you're constantly going. So where can they find all your stuff, bro?
Definitely, man. Tap in with me. You know, I'm definitely on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Mike X Uno. That's Mike, literally MICXUNO. You can find me on Spotify under Mike Uno, iTunes under Mike Uno. You know, all that stuff, man. I got an album coming out this year, ready, we locked and loaded. I got a t-shirt dropping I'm sorry, not a t-shirt. I got a t-shirt line dropping this year called 13 Palms.
Ooh.
So, you know, we got that coming, man, coming real soon. This is one of the jerseys. This is the
There you go.
prototype. It ain't even out yet. You know, it's called the 13 Palms Collective. I got one of the hats ready to rock
There
and
we
loaded.
go.
First
There we
spot you're
go.
gonna see this at. First
Exactly.
spot.
here.
This is
right here.
here.
Dropping it
Exclusive,
today.
man. So
I got to give me one of them, bro.
I got y'all. I got
You
y'all.
know
I'm
what I
gonna send a
mean?
care package. So,
Nice.
you know.
Because you know, if you give it to us, we'll be rocking it on the
Yeah.
show,
Please
bro,
do,
all
please
day.
do. 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
this,
coming.
This is the same spot where they can find your new drop. that you're gonna
Exactly, man.
do tonight.
100%. tonight, my song At the Gates, produced by my boy Breeze, featuring my boy Villain and myself. It's dropping tonight, man. You know what, though? I did a solid, and it drops at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, so you don't got to wait too long. You know what I mean? So,
Nice.
you know, go run that up,
Dope,
bang
dope,
that. And,
dope.
you know, I'm really looking forward to people hearing this. We got a video coming soon. You know, just so much more stuff, man. I got an album dropping later this year called Generational Curses. And, you know, that's definitely some, you know, growing rap music, man. So we're locked in.
Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate you, man. I'll come back and promote it next time.
Well,
And,
we appreciate
you know,
man, for coming through, man. I've been
Appreciate
wanting
y'all,
to chop it up with you for a long time. Me and you go way back.
Way
Like
back.
we always talk, you know, here and there, but like I wanted to
Exactly.
talk like this
Me too, bro.
and really, you know,
I'm
like
super glad we got to do it, bro. Definitely, man. I appreciate you having me, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Your family, you know what it is, man. It's super nice to meet y'all, too. You know what I mean? Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And,
for
man,
sure. Well, let's get one more time, one clap up for Mike Uno, you know what I'm saying, for coming through,
Appreciate
for
you,
repping
bro.
hard,
So
doing
much.
the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, man. And look out for this guy right here. We got plenty of more episodes coming up with, you know, people just like him that are on the grind, on that hustle. That's what the show represents. So thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
Peace out.